Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of the Cynical Podcast, a podcast about me talking about stuff. Yeah, I'm totally not self-indulged about that. But yeah, that's me, Cynical Paul, and welcome. And this is a bit different show. It's going to be something new we're going to be doing every week. Hopefully, we shall see. It's going to be about just chatting, having fun, talking about different things. There's going to be, there's going to be Guild Wars, there's going to be other games, there's going to be non-game stuff. It's just going to be me chatting about things every single Monday. So why not, We can give it a go. Why not, guys? Why not? And yeah, today we have amazing topics. So we're going to do a tier list of the best races, or my tier list of races from Guild Wars 2, just to see, not generally races, Guild Wars 2 races, right? I'm not that kind of person. So we're gonna do Guild Wars 2 races. I'm gonna talk about, am I a weeb? I'm gonna ask you guys. You're all gonna tell me. And also, I'm going to tell you something very controversial that I believe in. But yeah, let's start. And you know what? I know that people can't really pay attention anymore. So I'm like that myself. I do not watch a video or like Family Guy, like a video, if I don't have something in the background. So yeah, I'm this gonna be in the background at all times. See, let's transition. Let's look at the transitions, guys. Wow. Yeah, there's gonna be satisfying videos at all times, just in case you get distracted, guys, and you just don't want to listen to me. You have something to look at. Happy days, isn't it? Happy days, guys. But yeah, so yeah, starting with the first topic. So the main topic today will be the tier list, but I'm gonna go into that later on. We don't need music anymore. Let's put that down, guys. But yeah, generally I want to talk about what I was doing recently, because guys, I do play other games other than Guild Wars. Not always, not every day, but I do quite a bit. And recently I've been playing around with this little thing. Yeah, PS Vita. So it's a console that I got very late. I got it once it was discontinued. Honestly, I haven't really played it that much. I only played really PSP in the past. So I just decided, you know what? Let's get PS Vita. So I got it, and the problem was with PS Vita, it's so hard to get games for it. It's like there's non-physical games anywhere, and the store is closing and everything. So I have used the power of magic. Let's just call it power of magic and Dark Arcane to kind of turn it into a PSP of sorts. So I have PSP. I have a lot of different games on it, and you know what? I absolutely love it. But the question is, am I a weeb? Because look at this. Now we can see in the camera. So I'm using a background of Hyper Neptunia, which is a series which is very interesting. It's a JRPG series where you basically are a like an anime girl, of course, but all other anime girls are like gods, are video game consoles and companies. There's like Xbox, there's other ones. I'm actually gonna show you guys. Why not? Let's see. Okay. It'll be easier to see it this way. So let me see. So Hyper Net Dunia. Oh. I think that's one. Yeah. Let's see. Neptunia trailers. I'm gonna just show you through trailers, guys. Let's have a look. So this kind of game we're talking about. And it is not generally a game that I'm into, but I like the aspect that it's all about video games. So, for example, they live in the world, or the land that's called gaming industry. It's just spelled differently, which I think it's a cool idea. Why does it always go for 480? It's like, I want to watch it HD, of course. YouTube, stop being stupid. And like all of them are like Xbox, Sega, PlayStation. So all of them are different types of consoles. Just human. It just make human. Yeah, they all use like gaming references and stuff. It is very weeboo. I'm gonna be honest. It's very weeboo. I don't know if it is something that I should be proud for saying I played, but I do generally do like this game. It is very grindy, but it's funny. The references are funny. What can I say, guys? You should play it. Honestly, I think it's quite cool. But yeah, that's too much for YouTube. Let's leave. Let's go back to something safer. Yeah, I think that's better. That's better, guys. Let's see. But yeah, that's the Hyper Neptunia. Overall, I do think that the best system that PlayStation has ever released was PSP and PS Vita. I love handheld consoles. I think they're the best thing ever. It's just so nice to play, not on your TV. It's just so much nicer than playing, like you can play anywhere. I love that. That's why PS Vita is one of my favorite consoles. And it always will be. I am completely into it, in love with it, and I think there should be PS Vita 2 instead of PS VR. Because PS VR kind of sucks. Like, what's the point of it? Get PS Vita 2, Sonny. Freaking the best console ever. Oh, no, no. Steam Deck is better, but you know what I mean. I do think they should really look into that for sure. Yeah, guys. That's the PS Vita talk. I do think that they should genuinely make another one, but it's time. I do think that I do want to look at the one and only ranking. So it's Guild Wars 2, race, tier list. Let's see. So I don't need help, mate. Thanks. Create your own ranking, right? So we have S, A, B, C, D. So those are all the races, and they always segregate them into two different genders there. Why? I don't know. Or sexes, I guess. I don't know why, but they do that. Let's see, what do we have? We have human, I think it's human, a feminine model. We have the char, masculine, human, masculine, Norn, feminine, and then we have the Azuras. I think that's feminine, that's masculine. Then we have the Silvari, masculine, feminine, and then feminine char. But how would we rank it? What would my ranking be? So if you watch my streams, you would say that this what I would choose, right? Humans here, and then D. But I will shock all of you, because I don't think actually humans deserve to be this low. Because whenever you assess a race in a video game, it's a playable race anyway. You assess them on their replayability, on their lore, on how cool they look in the game, how fun it is to play with them, about the starting area. There's so many different aspects to it. And yes, I do hate humans in so many aspects. Char rule and Azura rule. But you have to realize that humans do have, big play in Guild Wars 1. So it's all about them. So they have, there's a deep history and they're deeply connected to the game. Second, they are the best race for dressing up. I'm sorry, but it's true. They are the best race to dress up. Because they're the most basic model. And yes, they're basic, and that is why they're good. And that's just the facts, guys. So as such, you know, it cannot be the lowest lowest thing out there, because it is just not fair to kind of judge it by just how much I like it, you know. Again, I could do that. Zoom it in for you guys a little bit. I could do that for sure, but I don't think it's quite fair to just judge it by how much I enjoy the race itself in a game. I think it's much more fair to kind of look at it overall generally. So I think that, yeah, humans, I actually would go B, right? Because it is the best class to dress up. If you want to roleplay, cosplay, if you want to, you know, do fashion wars, you're not gonna go into like Char, honestly. Well, you can, but Char just not as good in that regard. It's just not. Because they have weird clothes, you know, or clothes. They have a weird model. Azuras are too small. You know, Sylvari, you know, have weird bits coming out of them. But if you want to kind of roleplay as something, you're gonna go for humans. So it pains me, but humans are B. Unfortunately, guys, what can I say? Humans are B. Now, this is Char. Char is S tier. Like, there's not, like, both Chars are S tier, right? Like, I can't in any way. Well, actually, you know what? No. Masculine Char is S tier. I absolutely love the look of a Char. I like their culture. I like everything about them. The fact that they destroyed humans in the first game is amazing. This Escalon was destroyed because of Char. Amazing. Love it. However, actually, the feminine model of Char, I don't think it looks as good. I just don't think it's that well done. I don't know, it's just the face. There's something about the face that I don't think they've done as well. They didn't capture as the same kind of magic. It looks a little bit too animated for me. I don't know. That's why it's A, because it's still Char. Char are supreme. Norn, however, Norn are D. And you can argue, but Norn are the worst race. The reason why, it's human, but it's just too big. That's all it is. It's human that's too big. That's nothing fun. And their starting area is absolute garbage. Like, the Char area is awesome. It has such a vibe. Starting area of Norn, terrible. All of their, like, lands are just... Ugh, don't like them. Really don't like them. However, Azura. That's going to be a hard one. Because Azura are becoming one of my favorite things. And I'm going to be honest, I think both Azuras are S tier. And the reason why is that Azuras have the best animation in the whole game. Like, nothing animates as well as Azuras. The way they run, the way they jump, and their interactions are amazing. They're funny, they're interesting, they're like the main hub city, whatever, is, I think, very, very good for them. Very good design and everything. The concept of it's awesome. So yeah, for me, Azuras just rock completely. I don't think there's anything I would change for Azuras, if I'm going to be 100% honest. I laugh at Azuras a little bit, but at the same time, they're awesome. I absolutely love them. The same like goblins in World of Warcraft, for example. I just love the races that don't take themselves too seriously, unless they're Char. I like the Char, the way they take themselves seriously. They're just like over the top. And the Azuras just don't take themselves seriously. They're always laugh, joke. They're awesome. I absolutely love that. Now, Sylvari. I like Sylvari, right? I do like Sylvari. I think it is one of the best looking races, and the fact that you can go for Mushroom Head makes me want to put in an S tier. However, there's one thing about Sylvari that I don't like as much. It's like they're really inconsistent in terms of the look, and yeah, you can do a lot of stuff with them because of this. They're probably most customizable race. However, I do kind of feel that they are how do I even say that? they are a little bit too customizable. There's just too much of them. There's just like there isn't one kind of consistency with them that I can see. Maybe if they maybe I haven't gotten far enough in the game with Sylvari, but I feel it would be much more cooler if they kind of separate into factions depending how they look. Like there was a mushroom faction, there was like a I don't know, more leaf-like faction. I don't know if there was like a little like there was a reason why they look different, like in Avatar, because it really remind me of the Navi from Avatar, the James Cameron movie. And I think it would be cool if they kind of separated the looks based on the area they're from. The ones from like the swamps were more mushroomy, the ones from the trees were a bit more like jungly looking, and then for forests they had little different leaves on them and stuff. I think appreciate that a little more than I appreciate them at the moment. I think it's just lots of jumbled up all together in one place. However, their area is very cool. I absolutely love their hub city. I love their lore. I think it's fun. And some of my favorite characters so far have been Sylvari. As such, I think I'm gonna put them on A. Yeah, I think that's fair. That's I think that's how it would rank. Nothing goes into C. I feel a little bit like I want to put humans lower, but that's gonna be that's how I would rank them, because yeah, Char are the best. The model of a feminine Char is not the best. Azuras are just amazing. Both ones are just like peak. I think they both look good, and they play good. The race is good. Everything is about them good. Again, Sylvari, it's just the consistency. Just doesn't vibe with me that much. Humans, again, I'm so shocked I put them that high, but you have to give them points for being the most kind of customizable in terms of the clothes. Like, it works the best for them. If you want to customize something and look cool, humans are easiest to do that, and they are a big part of the game. So all in all, like, the first game is all about them and everything. So I think, but yeah, Norn. I'm sorry, all the Norn players, but that's it. You deserve this. Like, Norns are boring. Yeah, that is my tier list. I hope you guys are gonna be super mad when you watch this back. I do wonder what you guys tier list would be, because for me, this is definitely the way I would do this. I really do think this is correct. This is definitely correct. I do wonder though, just to have a look, what other Guild Wars 2. What other things there are? Weapons, go all maps. Yeah, it's one of those things where I just don't have ability to get this done, because I don't have enough knowledge. However, what I do have a knowledge of, which is another one we can do. Let's have a look at this one. MMORPG tier list. Oh, there's like old ones and stuff. Well, let's give it a shot, guys. So, I'm gonna put never played first ones. Albion. So we've done Albion on this channel, and my god, guys, Albion. I know people love this game, but there's something about this game that's just like, it's not for me. I'm gonna go D. I don't think it's a horrible game. It works. I don't think F is fair, but Albion, I'm gonna give it D. Don't know what it is. Don't know what it is. Don't know what it is. Right. Black Desert Online. I think I'm gonna go C. I enjoyed a little bit more than Albion. I can see myself play that game. Will I absolutely love it and obsess over it? Probably not, because there's just so much stuff that's bad about this game. Like the actual like gameplay is okay, but I think it's over animated. There's too much going on, and the story isn't interesting. They just blabber on endlessly, and this game basically plays itself. So no. C, I think it's not the worst. It looks okay. So people say it's the most amazing looking one. I disagree. Well, it looks okay. It plays okay, and there's tons of content for the very cheap price of like £8, and I think it's free right now. So yeah, I think C is deserved. Or play this. DC Universe. So I know that City of Heroes is was and DC Universe can come out similar times, and they were very similar. But DC Universe I actually played. I never played City of Heroes. And DC Universe I think is a good game. I don't know why people kind of hate it a lot, but I think I will put it on B because DC Universe gives you the ability to play both good guys, bad guys. It is a simple MMO and just go around and kill stuff. It's interesting because you can fly around from the start, if you have a flying character, and it works quite well. The combat is cool. The abilities that you have are cool. You can base it on different types of villains and heroes from the DC universe. So you can have like a guy who's more like Joker, a guy has more like Bane, or you have a guy more like Batman or Flash. So I think it's quite cool. There's a lot of content there, and it's one of the only MMOs that's available on Switch. And I think that is something, you know? There should be more portable MMOs that are good, not the mobile kind of MMOs. So I think this is a deserved place. Yeah, I think DC Universe is quite good. No, I enjoyed DC Universe. So I think B is where I think the game is not greatest, but I enjoyed. That's definitely how I would describe DC Universe. And Eternal never played it. EVE Online. Oh, EVE is a game I would love to love. You know, it's one of those games like I want to play it. I want to obsess about this, but I can't find the time. So I don't want to put it on C because I never really like played it properly. But I'm gonna put it. No, I'm gonna put it C. I will put it C. Why? Is D is unfair because D would kind of indicate it's a bad game, but it's a good game. But I don't have time to do it, to play it, to like get into it. But I would really, really want to. But I can't. So that's why I'm gonna put it in C. I think if I ever find time to really get into this game, it would go up because it sounds like a game exactly like I want, like tons of depth. You know, you create your own stories with it. It just sounds so good, but I just can't. I can't. Right. EverQuest. Never played this one. So we have two Final Fantasies. I'm gonna just temporarily put them in F because I think this is the which is XI. I'm bad in the thingy numbers. FF XI. Oh, that's their previous one, is it? No, that's the. Is that the current one? Is that 14? Is XI 14? That sounds like 11 to me. Yeah, that's 11. That was correct. Right. So let's do that first. So 11. I'm gonna play. Put on never played. I always wanted to play this one. I think that actually sounds quite fun. It sounds like Guild Wars 1 to Guild Wars 2 in terms of like how it's compared to like Final Fantasy 14. That's how it's kind of seems like. So I'm going to put it on here because but I will try it in the future. Final Fantasy 14, however, it can't be lower than an A, but is it an S tier? So I'm going to put it here for a moment, but Final Fantasy 14 is one of the best games I have ever played in MMO genre. It does. It's one of those things that I have to try it a few times to get into it. But once I did, I absolutely loved it. I think if I didn't had an issue with PlayStation and everything, and I just played it on PC, I would still be playing it. But because PlayStation is annoying as hell, I stopped playing it after I bought like they had like a 1 year free or something, and then 1 month free, and then after that it was just nightmare to resubscribe and everything. So I left it. Yeah, I think A is fair because I absolutely love that game, but it took me time to get into it properly. It wasn't an instant like click. As such, I think it's a fair to just say it's A. I think so. Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2 I will leave for later. Lineage I never played. Lord of the Rings Online. So I played this game. I liked it. It's B, I think. Because it's old. I like old MMOs. We have established that recently with Guild Wars 1, with I don't think it's on this list. It's not on this list. With the Dungeons and Dragons Online. I like this game. I think this game has a big it's a nice feel to it. It's fun. you guys can see properly. It's fun, and you know what? I am absolutely down to playing this in the future again, but I will need to see about finding the time. But I do think it is quite a fun game overall, and it's surprising that people don't talk about them more. It has one of the kind of the greatest worlds to, like, fantasy worlds to back it up, but I guess I mean, must not be enough. But I do like it. I do like it. Never played this one. Never played this one. Never played this one. RuneScape. So old school RuneScape is it's best mobile MMO there is, but it's the best MMO normally. I gonna put it at C because I don't enjoy it as much. I think I played mostly on. I'm played mostly on on the mobile, if I'm gonna be honest. And it's not because this game is like particularly bad, but there's just so much better options. There's so much better options than RuneScape on PC that there's no really point. And Mark, hello, welcome. And the E tier is basically never played, so I just put the games that I never played there. So I'm gonna discuss them too much because I never played them, so don't worry about that. EverQuest never played. This don't know, no clue. RuneScape 3, I'm gonna put D. Oh, actually no, I'm gonna never played because I only tried it once. Star Trek Online though. Star Trek Online. Right, this was a great game. Or isn't a great game. I like it because it really gives you the feel of Star Trek. And as a Trekkie, I do have to put it on A tier because it has the original trilogy, original series era when you can play, like, and it's like designed this way. The enemies, the planets, the starships, everything is like the old Star Trek. You can have the kind of not next generation, but kind of like a modern times, or kind of now, like current era. After it takes like a few dozen years after like Voyager and stuff. So that's cool. I don't mind that. But yeah, that's very cool. And there's a new Discovery era, I think. I think so. I haven't played it for a bit, but that game is so good. Like, you can have a spaceship. You can choose if you want to be, engineer, tactician, or science officer, and you have different roles to play, like on your missions and scavengers. It's so cool. I just wish they did a game like this with Stargate, and I would be super happy. But they haven't. But this game is very good, and I'm gonna play that again, and it's awesome. So yeah, I think it does deserve to be A. You may say it's a travesty that's with Final Fantasy 14, but I play Star Trek and I got into it straight away when I didn't with Final Fantasy 14. Star Trek Galaxies I never played, but I heard it's good. Star Wars Old Republic, right? So this one is a big one. It's probably one I spend one of, like, maybe except Elder Scrolls, I spend the most time with this game. When I was a kid, that was the MMO I played, and I love it. I think it's so fun. I always played as a Sith, and I was one. I'm gonna be telling you guys, right? I was one of those people that, like, talk to newbies, and they're like, "Yeah, come on with me, newbie. I'm gonna show you the way." And then I led them to the pit full of monsters. I was one of those people. I know it's horrible, but I did play a Sith, to be fair. I'm gonna just say this was role playing, okay? But yeah, it's an A tier game in my opinion. Well, no, it's a B tier. The reason why, it's a dead game. There's no real like a good content coming out of it. You have to have a subscription, even though it says free. Like if you don't have a subscription, there's no point playing that game. It has a lot of systems which are not really explained, like there's a whole system when you fly around, and I never did that. Like, I never did that. And it's less of an MMO. It's more of a, like, a single player like RPG with other people. That's what it is. So yeah, I think this is fair. Yeah, I think it's fair. But it's a very good game. Terra, I never played. Elder Scrolls Online, it's a C tier. Because I can't say it's a horrible game, because it's not unplayable. It's not completely unfun. I had my fun with it at the time, but This game annoys me too much to put it anywhere higher than C. I think it's a wasted potential, over monetized. It missed the mark so much. I think it needs like a huge reset. It needs Final Fantasy 14 kind of thing. It just needs, Bethesda to just completely just wipe the game and restart it. But they're never gonna do that because they're cashing in on loot boxes. But yeah, it's a wasted potential. That game still annoys me. Disney Toontown, I never played. Ultima Online, I never played. Warhammer Online, never played. Vanilla WoW, Private Service, never played. And Wildstar, never played. Right, Classic WoW. Classic WoW is an A tier for me because Classic WoW does have the, the world, the story of story. I guess you don't really care about story in World of Warcraft, but like it has the vibe of Warcraft, but it has more classic gameplay. It's harder, but it's more rewarding, and I think it's a better of the two World of Warcraft. That's why World of Warcraft, I'm gonna put on B. I'm sorry, but it's a B game for me. It just this one is too easy. There's too much stuff going on, and like the story is so confusing. Here, at least you go in and you know what you're doing. There's one point where you just go in like the complete like this mission and you completely go on to scale, like to do something other thing. You go into different cities, like where the hell am I? What am I doing? And it's just too confusing unless you played it, as it went. And I didn't because I didn't have that ability. So I think as much as I like it, I mean, whenever I can see it, the freaking Horde chair. Like I love the Horde and like everything about World of Warcraft so much, but that's more about the classic game rather than the World of Warcraft standard. I think retail is still good, but I don't think it's as good as classic. I would never have played it if there was 2 separate subscriptions. I would never have been played World of Warcraft normal. And hello, how do you do? Hello, everyone. This show is exclusive on YouTube. But I decided to do something for the YouTube crowd. There will be a Twitch stream coming, not tomorrow because I have a concert tomorrow. It will be on Wednesday. But yeah. And then the two, I'm gonna put them in F temporarily, right? Guild Wars and Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars is gonna be, I played it once and I liked it, but it's gonna be B. At the moment. It might get better for me later on. I might like it later on. Because Guild Wars 1 is very old game. It feels old. There's no char, so that should automatically put it to F. But it's not F because it's still a good game. Let's be honest. I found it fun. I find the fact that I see the demise of Escalon and the humans being destroyed. I find it fun. But what I don't find fun is the fact that you're only human, and it feels very old. Like I can't put it. You know what? But I think I'm gonna put it A because it's not as bad as World of Warcraft retail. I would rather play Guild Wars than World of Warcraft retail. Guild Wars 2, I'm gonna put an S tier, and I am putting the S tier on this one because I do think it is a better game. I genuinely think Guild Wars 2 is is the best MMORPG out there because I played this game with intention of not liking it. I started it with going like, look at this, it looks stupid. Oh, look at this cat, and now I'm in love with the chars. The story really gripped me. The way the story was presented worked for me perfectly. The fact that I didn't have to go in and do like normal quests like in WoW, just like click, talk, quest, and then gather 5 of something. If there was a cutscene or when someone talked to you, it was for a story purpose. I love that. This game just clicks with me. it does work with my impatience very well. I am a kind of person that I just don't pay attention that much to certain things. Or just certain things, just like if there's too much information, I will ignore them. But this game just delivers the information a certain way that really works for me. The gameplay is very fun. I think it's not as involved as Black Desert, but it is not as simple as World of Warcraft. It strikes a balance which many games don't do in this genre. And I think also it has the best mounts, and that's just a fact in all of the MMORPGs I played. So yeah, this is my MMORPG list. What do you guys think about that? Guild Wars 1 is better than Guild Wars 2. Explore all. Again, this might change. Again, this is what it is right now, right? This could as well be, something completely different in a year or two. I might become a Guild Wars 1 player, and that's it. Who knows? If it's a bit better, I don't know. And yeah, it is more of a kind of single playish game. That's true. But it is still kind of an MMO in a way. So it has like it's similar to Old Republic. And Old Republic's just a kind of similar thing. It's kind of a single player game with MMO elements. But I think this one is better monetized than Star Wars Old Republic, and I like both of them. But this one is just the monetization and everything. You need the subscription. This one you buy once and you enjoy tons of hours into. So yeah, I think this would be my ultimate list of MMORPGs anyway. I do think so. I haven't played so many of them, like Conan, Final Fantasy 11, Lineage, City of Heroes. RuneScape 3 I put in, I never played because I haven't really put much time into it at all. I can't really talk about it. And WildStar, never played that one. But yeah, that's my ultimate tier list of video game of the MMOs. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's good? If not, let me know in the comments. If it's horrible, if I'm completely wrong, which I know many of you will say it's horrible. What did you do? Tell me. I want to hear this. And is there any games that I should try in the future from this list? I really wanted to try Final Fantasy 11. I think that would be cool because I like the old school games, like Guild Wars 1, the kind of Lord of the Rings Online, DC Universe, and especially I liked the Dungeons and Dragons. That was very good. So yeah, that's definitely the list. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm completely happy with that. So that's cool. So yeah, that sounds all good. Do they have any other MMORPG lists? I just wanted to see what other people are thinking. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's this one that thingy did. The Lazy Peon. And there's so many games I never really ever tried, There's just so many MMORPGs these days. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm glad you guys agree with the list. I think it's a good one. We will fill it out, and so who knows? Maybe one day we'll try all of those games. Some of them are dead, but I think it'll be good. So yeah. Roblox MMORPGs. Actually, Roblox MMORPGs. No way. There seems to be more than one. What the hell, guys? When did Roblox become like that? That's crazy. That's madness, guys. Damn. Madness. Right, guys, so what else do we have to talk about today? Yeah. So yeah, oh yeah, I wanted to tell you guys about my so yeah, this is in backgrounds because people don't have any patience these days, and they like stuff in the background, I've been told. So yeah, I'm gonna be just doing this. get this bigger so you guys can see better. There you go. That's fine videos. But I want to tell you guys something very controversial. I know people don't like to hear controversial opinions. They like their own kind of biases to be confirmed online, but I'm going to tell you something super controversial. Opinion that made many people hate me, right? And I'm sorry, guys, if you hate me as well. But I think BioWare is a bad company. I don't like BioWare games. I think Mass Effect is a bad game franchise. I don't think any of the Mass Effect games is actually good. I think the only passable game they have, only good game they have was the Old Republic game, and only passable game they have after that was the there was that Dragon, isn't it Dragon Quest? No, Dragon Quest is Dragon Age Origins. That's the only kind of like a right game they have. But everything else they created is just, I think, overhyped. I think people believe it's an amazing company because they simulate choices, but I think people are overhyping it. Like, it's such a mediocre like company in my opinion. Like, I don't think they have made anything that's actually like I couldn't live without, you know. Old Republic comes close, but it's more to do with the actual kind of world of Old Republic than the actual game. I don't think the game is that amazing. Like, the combat is quite bad. The story is alright, but overall I don't think it's as good as, you know, people overall make it. Yeah, Dragon Age, there are people who are like super into that franchise, and I even tried to talk to like some, but they can't even explain me why they love Dragon Age. But I guess they do. I just don't get it. I think Dragon Age Inquisition especially, I think it's one of the worst like open world AAA games in the fantasy genre I played. It feels like a if someone tried to make an MMO, made a single player. That's how I felt with Dragon Age Inquisition. I don't believe, like, people say they are as good as Bethesda, but Bethesda, right? Bethesda games gives you a lot of freedom, at least. You know, they're broken, the story is bad, but the little like side missions are cool. The world building is amazing. Like, it's such a deep world building in Bethesda games. It's probably one of the deepest, like a world building in a fantasy genre, other than Lord of the Rings. I really think it is. Whilst I know Dragon Age has a lore as well, you know, deep lore and the stuff, but I don't think it's as good and as detailed as Bethesda. And I think that personally, like, the character from Bethesda games are more interesting than the one in Dragon Age. It kind of feels like, you know, when you take a dialogue from a very bad American film about like war or something. It's like that basically. That's the whole dialogue in any of the BioWare games. Just with fantasy or sci-fi twist onto it. The characters are just so bland. The world is just, it's okay, but I just it's not good. And I think the biggest part where they really fail is the gameplay. While Bethesda games have that versatility with the gameplay usually, other than Elder Scrolls Online, you can't find that in BioWare games. Especially Mass Effect sucks on that one. Plus, yeah, Bethesda game has the ability for modes, but this is because the Bethesda games are sandbox games, while all of the BioWare games are basically linear single player games. And when they try to do open world games like they did with Dragon Quest Inquisition, they just completely fail. That game was horrible. Like, the open worlds like literally felt procedurally generated. I think they were. That's how they felt. They definitely were not crafted, and it was like little hub areas with like free camps and then come back, and I hated that game. Absolutely hate the game. You know what? Actually, game I thought at least had a good gameplay was Anthem, but other than that, that game was horrible as well. So yeah, I think people overestimate of how good they are and like overhype them, and I don't think they're as legendary as people say. And look at the fact they haven't made a good game in forever. Then let's be honest. And yeah, people do say it's because of EA, and you know what? Maybe. At the same time, that doesn't change the fact that they are bad. And just because you have nostalgia for Mass Effect doesn't mean it's a good game, I know this is a very unpopular opinion, but that's just what I feel like, Mass Effect, Dragon Age, mid games at best. I even had, right? I had a whole script written about how I hate Mass Effect. Maybe I'll do it one day, but I really dislike that franchise. And it's a shame because I would love a good space RPG, which is not in like Star Wars universe. That'd be cool, but doesn't seem that's gonna be happening. I don't know why it doesn't happen. It's like space is such a good place for setting for your game, but people don't seem to like it. I don't know why. Oh, I mean, we have some sci-fi ones like Elix. Have you guys ever seen Elix? Let's see. I'm gonna show you. So, I never played actually for a second one. So Elix trailer. So yeah, it is a THQ Nordic game, so that already tells you a lot. But why does YouTube and like it was like, yeah, I'm gonna go 4080p because you don't want HD, Piranha. I don't know how to pronounce that, but those games, it is basically Gothic in space, or space, maybe not space, but in sci-fi setting. Which is, to me, it's actually quite good. And yes, Starfield. I'm gonna be honest, right? I would love Starfield to be good. I did a video about this, and I don't believe Starfield will be good. And I'm sorry. I'm going to be one of those naysayers again, but everything that they showed so far makes me think that Starfield will be a mid game. And it's actually very sad for me to say this, because I would love to for this game to be amazing. But I want to see a gameplay, not you. You're beautiful, but that's not what we're here for. I mean, what really worries me is the procedurally generated planets. That what makes Skyrim amazing, what makes Fallout okay, because Fallout 4 was shite, not gonna lie, but Fallout like New Vegas good, is the handcrafted world with the different different types of quests, side missions. Like, I like the fact that you have a lot of like possibility for your background in this game. You can select different traits, and the traits can be earned, and they can be disposed of if you do certain things, which is cool because gives you a lot of options for role playing. But the fact that there are so many planets and procedurally generated. It means we're just going to be like playing, you know, the way you play No Man's Sky. And No Man's Sky I love exploration in that game, but a lot of the planets there are so samey. They're not worth like spending a lot of time in. That's why you go in on the planet, do stuff, and you leave. You don't spend hundreds of hours on one planet. And I would prefer that. I would prefer there to be 7 planets and all of them be like super detailed, or even a few. Don't have to be like a lot. I mean, it'll be cool, but you know, none of the planets will be the size of like Skyrim map. Let's be honest, which is unfortunate. I think that'd be very cool if they did that, but I don't know if that's possible. You know, hence why they're not doing it. Like, I don't know about the whole like collecting like elements and stuff. It's kind of cool, but I mean, you know, No Man's Sky kind of did that, and it was good. I don't know. I have somewhat hopes for this game. Like, been back of my mind loving Bethesda games, but I'm trying not to be too hopeful because I think I will be disappointed if I'm gonna be. So I think that's gonna be, yeah. I think that's gonna be me just like trying this out. I'm gonna go into it thinking it's gonna be horrible, and that way I can only be positively surprised. You know, I mean, I don't understand why people really want or think that there's going to be amazing gameplay in this game. It is Bethesda games that, like, within Bethesda games, it's not the gameplay is not amazing. It's versatile, and that was the whole point of it. But it doesn't look the worst. I'm going to be honest. Like, the shooting and everything doesn't look that bad here. I don't know. I would like them to show a little bit more, and I think there are under in September. I think there's going to be showing. Is it September? No, sorry, it was in August. They're going to be showing this, and then in September it's coming out, isn't it? Something like that. Because I do want to know a little bit more what you do in this game. Like we know in Fallout you come out of the vault and you're the Wanderer. Then in Skyrim you or in Elder Scrolls games, you always wake up in some kind of a prison and you usually have to stop a war or something. But what do you did in this game? Like, who are you? That's interesting. What's not interesting is the art style. I think it's very bland. Like NASA, they call it like NASA punk. That's not interesting. I'm sorry, Howard. I don't want to look at you. Yeah. Starfield. Potential disappointment, unfortunately. Yeah, like, let's have a look. Just out of pure spite, let's have a look. Let's see. We're gonna go games 2022. What came out in 2022? Let's see. Well, Elden Ring was amazing. Is Elden Ring a AAA game? That's a question I would have. Like, I don't know if any games from this franchise, like from FromSoft, can be considered AAA. Because, you know, they're not what you would consider AAA. I think it's like the way they're designed, everything is not. It's not of typical like. AAA tropes. It's not all about graphics. It's not all about that open world. It's different. It feels like a AA game for me. You know that, and so that's what I think anyway. But Elden Ring was amazing. Not gonna lie. Like, last year was actually quite good with games when it comes to like Elden Ring was amazing. Horizon Forbidden West. It was okay. I like this game, but I don't think it was amazing. I honestly don't think this franchise is amazing. It's okay. It's like, it's fun to play a little bit. It looks good. There's nothing necessarily wrong with it, but there's nothing amazing about it, if that makes sense. It's good for what it is, but it's not amazing. However, Horizon MMO might be interesting, and I will be checking that one out. God of War Ragnarok, I really don't care for God of War franchise right now. It's just like the way it is at the moment. It's just not the type of game I like. That's why I haven't played the first one. I'm gonna play the second one. We're gonna talk about this one. This one looked good, but it's not a AAA game, and that's what we're judging at the moment. Is Xenoblade Chronicles a AAA game? I don't know if this. It's an okay game from what I played of it. I would love to love Xenoblade Chronicle games because it's like a single player MMO. But I don't know. It's just this one didn't click with me at all. Xenoblade X is the best one. Cult of Lum, again, this is as indie game, it's amazing. Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. I think this is a AAA game, and I think this was a huge disappointment. Like, to me, it was a huge disappointment. I love Lego games, and I know they're like simple and everything, but they capture the franchise usually very well. But this one had awful gameplay. I'm gonna be honest. It's like on paper it sounded good. When you start playing, you're like, yeah, it plays well. But I think the gameplay just doesn't hold that well after a while. And the worst thing is that you have those like cater missions, but a lot of things happen in the open world, and it's just not that well designed. I would prefer everything to be happening in the secluded missions, and then there to be like hub worlds to explore like the previous games. Yeah, this one was a disappointment. Total War Warhammer, never played this one, and I think that's all. Is there any other AAA games that year? Splatoon, like Nintendo games are not AAA. I can't say that. This sucked. Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo is okay. It kind of sucked though. Like the monetization about this, it plays okay, but it's just sucked in terms of the way it was done. Gran Turismo. Dreamlight Valley was amazing. Yes, I love Dreamlight Valley. I'm gonna say it hands down. This game is amazing. I've spent like 100 hours in this game. It's fun, okay? Don't attack me. Callisto Project was terrible. Last of Us was a ripoff. Ghostwire Tokyo. That was a great game, but I don't think it's a AAA game actually. Yeah, there were a few good games like Elden Ring, God of War. I really liked. Horizon was okay. Legend Arceus was very good. Wait, because that was last year, not yeah. Legend Arceus was amazing, but that's not a AAA game. What games do we have this year? What do we have coming out? Legend of Zelda, I really, really don't care about. Star Wars The Jedi Survivor. I don't really care about that one either. Ghostwire is not a AAA game though. Ghostwire is awesome. It's very good. The atmosphere is awesome. The story is cool. Like overall, I really like that game, but it's not a AAA game. Like it doesn't have that AAA game kind of feel to it. It's not as robust and everything. But yeah, I do prefer to a lot of games that came out that year, but I don't think it is. But let's see. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I like the first one a lot. But I'm not excited for this one. I don't know. I would prefer a game where I can create my own Jedi. I'm gonna be honest. Like I like story-driven games and all, but this game really doesn't need this character. Like it's more of a Dark Souls kind of game. It would be fun if you create your own characters. I think I would play that game much more. I'd be much more excited if I start a game, create my own character with its own race, have different types of weapons, and then just go on like that. I'm really disinterested in the story of this game. I don't know why. It's just, yeah, there was a Jedi that survived the Purge and he's rising of the rebellion, blah, blah, blah. We've seen it so many times. Give me just a gameplay, you know? Starfield, we talk about. Dead Island, I don't think it's coming out this year. Who cares? It's never going to come out. Final Fantasy 16. I'm not excited for this game. And the freaking director of this company, the director, I guess I guess he's the director of this game, is just such a weirdo. It's like this game. There's yeah, Hiroshi Takai. Is that the guy? Like everything he says is just like, ugh. Everything they talk about in this game with this game is just so annoying. It's like he basically is one of those people is like there shouldn't be an easy mode kind of people, and yeah, it's just I don't know. Everything with this game just disinterests me. It's plays apparently is gonna play like Devil May Cry, which I like Devil May Cry, but is that what you play? When you play Final Fantasy game? Like I wouldn't say so. There's 44 minutes of this. Oh my god. Yes, and I do want HD, right? Let's have a look. It's like the guy who makes this game is very toxic, and that just disinterests me in this one. You know? And I'm gonna be honest, I prefer modern Final Fantasy. I like fantasy in modern world. Why? Because I think it makes it like they can make much more much more silly thing with them. I don't like serious Final Fantasy. I like Final Fantasy when it's weird and wacky, or it's over dramatic like Final Fantasy 8. That's my favorite Final 8. Is it 8? I think I always forget which one it is. Well, Final Fantasy 8. Let's have a look. I think it is Final Fantasy 8. Yeah. This was just so over dramatic and everything. It's amazing. Like Final Fantasy 7 was good, somewhat. Like I'm not a huge fan of it, but like when the Final Fantasy takes itself too seriously, it's just crap. This just looks mediocre to me. I really don't know if I want to play it. I really don't know if I will play it. Like honestly, yeah, frick this. Payday 3 is the only game you're looking forward to. I know it's coming out this year, but I hope it comes out for you and you love it. I never played the original Payday, other than like 5 minutes. I went in and I died. That's all that happened to me. I was looking if it's raining into my room. Street Fighter 6, I really don't care about that one. And Diablo 4, I hope it's gonna be good. Like Diablo 4, it might be a good game. I like Diablo games. I really don't know. Like, Blizzard is just not doing well recently, so I don't know. I hope it's good, but Redfall, right? I actually like the look of Redfall. I think Redfall looks pretty decent, right? Let's have a look. Redfall gameplay. I'm gonna be honest. I like when games are kind of have this kind of art style, maybe a little more cartoony, but have this character to it. You know. I like vampires, and I like shooters. So this kind of looks like a game for me. Okay, thanks for just like pretending that I have horrible internet. YouTube. This only happens on YouTube, right? I can dual stream on 2 platforms while watching something, and my brother is streaming on Twitch, and it works. But YouTube just completely dies whenever I watch YouTube. It's freaking annoying. Payday 2 is one of your favorite games of all time. Maybe because I don't have friends, you know. Maybe that's why I never played it. It does seem like a very like a social experience. I play multiplayer games on my own. That's just the way I am. No friends forever. Alone forever. I like the look of this game. I think it looks decent. I don't know what you do in this game per se, but I'll try it. It's on Game Pass. That's all I'm gonna buying it. There's no risk at all. I think it looks decent, you know. There's a lot of co-op stuff with it. That's one thing that annoys me. But yeah, I think it looks. I'm kind of excited. This one is delayed. Who cares? This one looks awful. Resident Evil 4. Honestly, I never finished any Resident Evil game. It's not like I don't necessarily like them or anything. I do actually like them, but I don't know. It's just it never sticks with me. This one performs horribly on PC, so I haven't tried yet. I don't know. It doesn't look great. Pikmin 4 again, another AAA game, but I never play any Pikmin games. Forspoken is horrible. This apparently is going to be a more classic Assassin's Creed, and I'm going to say something again. I'm going to be controversial today. I'm just keep being controversial. Look at me. I think one of the best games in the franchise was the first Assassin's Creed because of its setting. I think the setting in the like a Middle East, and this kind of more ancient times, but not as ancient as Egypt, bit simpler. It was very good. I don't necessarily think removing completely RPG elements is gonna work really for me, but I like the setting a lot. The fact that they're going more of kind of Altair kind of. I like that. The Day Before is a scam. This was founded by Russians, so we don't want that. Altair, I never really heard much of it. It's apparently like it's like Monster Hunter VR game, so it can suck a you know what. Alan Wake. I like first Alan Wake, but I haven't played it since I played it like originally years ago. So who cares? Baldur's Gate 3. That's a game I do really want to play. Because I like CRPGs, and this one looks like a very good one. I have avoided playing this because it's in the early access, but I'm gonna definitely buy it when this comes out fully. I'm basically like Black Flag. You know what? I didn't like Black Flag because I'm not huge on pirates, and I absolutely hate the whole freaking you know, the whole combat in the I guess just want to yeah, it's better. I don't like the naval combat in Assassin's Creed games. I think it's horrible. That's why I never liked it. What else there is? One Piece Odyssey is awesome. Stalker, I don't know if we're gonna get that this year. It is a Ukrainian game, so I just don't feel we'll get that. Sadly, one of the creator of this game was killed in the war, so it's horrible. So I don't think we're gonna get this, you know, but if we get it, I think it's gonna be good. System Shock, who cares? Crime Boss Rocky City. This is the weirdest looking game ever, right? In my opinion, because it's like, how do I want to go to Epic Store? Like say Crime Boss Rock City. Let's look. I just don't understand why like who thought of this game? I guess they want to do like, I am suspecting like GTA thing. Like what? They just did, but they're doing the thing where they like throw every single celebrity they can think of in the game. But it's like, Crimes Racer organized crime game combining first-person shooter action and turf wars, playable solo or friends. Taking role of Travis Baker, and that's a thing. You're taking a role of someone. But is there creative characters? I don't know. I prefer games wherever you can create the characters. I guess GTA doesn't allow you to do them. Rocket City doesn't just look and feel like 90s. You'll find the family faces there too. Keep your friends close. I don't know. I don't like the look of this game per se. The name of it sounds like a cheap mobile game. Crime Boss Rocky City. I guess they want to do like Crime Boss franchise. I don't know about that. Is it? Is it a? Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is more of maybe it's not a GTA ripoff. Maybe it is a. You're right. It could be a Payday ripoff. Who knows? I don't know. Whatever it is, I don't like the look of it. So, first, if it comes out as amazing, I'll change my mind. What else? Right, this is the game I'm actually very excited for. Avatar: The Frontiers of Pandora. This is going to be amazing. I think Avatar is such an underutilized and underloved franchise, and I was one of the haters for it until I watched the latest movie, and then I realized how good it is, and then watched the first movie again, and this game is gonna be amazing just because it's in this world. That's all it needs. Being in this world, that's all you need to make this game freaking amazing. Like, Pandora is awesome. I even had the same voice actor, Payday. Damn. I think this is gonna be awesome, and I can't wait for it. I'll probably spend hundreds of hours in this game. Like, I even don't care it's like gonna be Ubisoft, like a copy and paste type of game, game design. I don't care because I think it's gonna be awesome. Um, I don't know when it's gonna come out, but whenever it's gonna come out, I will be buying it. I'm gonna be pre-ordering it once I know the release date. It'll be awesome. Yeah, that's the games for this year. Not really that much coming out as of, like, not that much good. Song of Nunu? What's Song of Nunu? Or, look. Oh. Oh, so it's like a oh. It's like a wee platformer game. That looks kinda cool actually. I mean, that's what I mean. Like, AAA games are not as fun as they used to be. Like, most games I do enjoy are like double A, or I guess that's what you can call them, or like a indie games. They're the best. Let's be honest. Like, right now, that's what it's all about. The AAA game industry just sucks. Absolutely sucks. There's nothing good about them recently. They're not trying at all. Let's have a look at Steam. Oh, this. Look. 100% free. Look at this. Get Clash. From Clash of Artifacts of Chaos. Whoa, guys. Whoa. Let's see. Yeah. Recent games. Oh. Whoa. Yeah. It's very dangerous to be on Steam. God. Idle Hand and Sex with Hitler. Oh my god. Sunhaven. Yeah. I'm gonna come off Steam. Recent releases. Wildheart, I guess. That came out recently. Apparently, it's alright. No, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, AAA industry absolutely sucks. Let's be honest. Yeah, honestly, most games I played are older games. I absolutely love old games. Like, I love games from like 2006 and stuff, like old MMOs, all RPGs. They're so good. I don't really find that much good in the modern video game space. I would love to play more and see more good stuff, but it's just impossible because none of them are trying anything. By the way, Isaac has blood tears today. That's because that's kind of a day that you need blood tears. Freaking Monday. Honestly. I would love there to be like new renaissance of games when there's like games come out and they're good. Sadly, that doesn't happen often. Let's see. Right. Let's have a look. So, I'm gonna take off my hat. There's a video I want to watch. Brand new video, guys. Just came out. And my hair is a mess, so don't worry. It just came out, this video, right? So let's have a look at it.
Well, Wayfinder. What if you took the gameplay loop, grinding, character, and progression system? What if you took the gameplay loop, grinding, character, and progression systems of Warframe, combined that with some MMO-light open zone elements of, say, something like Destiny, and topped it all off with the visual stylings of games like WildStar, Fable, or World of Warcraft? Well, Wayfinder is what you would get, and that, more or less in an oversimplified nutshell, is exactly what this game is. Now, last week, I got the chance to go hands-on with Wayfinder, playing roughly 25 hours of this upcoming action combat character-based MMO, and I've come away mostly impressed. Beyond a few notable issues with performance, concerns about the overall scope of the game, and a gameplay loop that likely won't resonate with everyone, you better like procedural dungeon grinding. Fortunately, I do, and thanks to a really well executed combat system that
doesn't sound amazing to me.
Along with what looks to be thus far some great encounter variety and design, I've enjoyed just about every minute of my time.
It looks good though. I like the look of this game.
I found that the more I kept playing the game, the more I was enjoying it and wanted to just keep on playing, which is a really good sign in my book, as I tend to feel so many games start to lose their luster around the 15 to 20 hour mark, but I have come away just...
Yeah, the fact that this game has a character and gender locked kind of thing. I don't like when the game enforces you to play certain characters. I so much more prefer when the game has a character creator, and that's one thing that I'm really afraid of with the Riot MMO, because if they do that with Riot MMO, which I feel they might want to because they have characters that people love, I think I will not play that game. I don't want to play as a set character.
Enjoying the game
and picked
more and
we have
more.
exactly the same way of thinking.
I want to talk with you about Wayfinder. I want to talk about its structure, the various systems.
I'm actually interested in that game. I do wonder what
to do in the game, like what you can expect in any given session, and then also go over some of what I think they are doing right and what could use some improvement based on my time.
I like the way it looks.
So
I do think more games should do the kind of MMO, kind of a World of Warcraft style graphics. It's
on this
awesome
genre thing. So they are calling Wayfinder an MMO. And it is an MMO in the same way some might consider Destiny or Warframe an MMO.
Destiny is 100% an MMO. You can argue all you want. Destiny is an MMO.
Personally, I would classify this as a shared world game, or MMO Lite gets used sometimes as...
Why do, like, now I'm gonna rant, right? One of my favorite people of all time sadly passed away. It was Cynical Brit. Yeah, guess where my name come from. You know, Total Biscuit. I absolutely love that man. However, my problem with him was always like he always like loved to divide like genres of games into like subcategories, and lots of people do that. It's like MMO is an MMO. I don't think there's MMO lights. I don't think there's like shared world games. It is an MMO. That's why I think Guild Wars 1 is an MMO, and I think Old Republic is an MMO. Just because it's less MMO than RPG doesn't mean it's not an MMO. That makes sense. Yeah, like Destiny, in my opinion, is 100% an MMO because there are people running around, right? There are shared quests. It's an open world full of players. Just because it is maybe less open than something like World of Warcraft, because of basically just the way the gameplay works. I don't think it will work in a single player if it was too open. Doesn't mean it's not an MMO. You see people running around, you do quests with them, There's raids and all this stuff.
As
I don't get it.
Don't come to Wayfinder thinking you're getting an experience similar to World of Warcraft, Elder Scrolls Online, or Guild Wars 2. It is not that kind of a game. Wayfinder isn't made up of like massive continents that are broken up into large zones that you can seamlessly explore with like tens or hundreds of other players potentially running around. No, its structure is a lot more like a smaller scale fantasy version of Destiny. Basically, the game is broken up into two main parts.
That's not necessarily a bad
overland
thing.
Open zone areas, of which there are just a couple, and then the instanced dungeons where you are likely to be spending most of your time. In the open world, you will be seeing a handful of other players at a time. Dungeons will include groups of up to 3, and you'll see the highest concentration of other people, I think around like 20 or 30 maybe, in the game's major towns. But call it whatever you like, honestly, it doesn't really matter. I just kind of wanted to set expectations for what sort of a multiplayer shared world game Wayfinder is. And speaking of which, let's get into it. What is Wayfinder like? So things start out with you playing through a brief tutorial. You will pick a starting character, not class by the way. They are going with the Warframe route here, where you play as a pre-established character that has a set identity, a name, a personality, and then its own unique traits and skills. Much of what they're doing actually with the design and structure of this game aligns very much so with Warframe, which will become more evident as we go along here. So you pick a character, then you get introduced to the basics of movement and combat.
Yeah, like why don't you just do classes? You can do classes and just leave it at that. I never seen Wildstar.
Through and through,
I see a lot of people talking about Wildstar, but
there are light and heavy attacks,
never really seen
where
it.
you can chain or alternate between those, and then there's things like jumping and dashing attacks. There is blocking and dodging. Although it's not as deep of a melee combat system as say Souls games with all of the attacks, combos, and then contextual variations that those have, Wayfinder does at least cover most of the basics, and the combat in general, it all feels really good. So after the tutorial, you are brought into the first major town. This is called Skylight. This is where you're going to pick up a lot of your main and side quests, along with having access to a bunch of different vendors, as well as crafting stations. We'll get into that stuff later, but I just want to say outright how much I was like immediately impressed with the appearance of this game. Visually, the town's look and design reminds me of a combination of World of Warcraft and Wildstar. The buildings and the setting have this real strong...
this is Wildstar. You know what? I do like the look of this game, but I'm not gonna watch for any farther. The one main reason is like I don't think it's gonna sell me on the game. I think it's gonna do the other thing. Is Wildstar even alive yet? Yet still. I was thinking it was dead. That was an impression. I like the art style of this. Where's there's Wildstar gameplay? You guys think I should finish the other video? I don't know. It's like I don't know if there's a point of us watching this. I think it's gonna sell us in the game. It looks decent, but I want to see gameplay. Show me gameplay, dude. Gameplay. Right. Yeah. This looks decent. Better than YouTube, just going crazy. Is this game still alive? I like the look of it. Let's see. Wildstar. I don't think this game is still alive, is it? Yeah, it must be dead, because it's nowhere to be seen. Direct posters unless the store and will not appear in search. Yeah, it's dead. Kind of shame. I don't know how to finish this video.
Being ridiculously oversized, that really reminded
me
of WoW's Wrath of the Lich King expansion in particular.
Yeah,
like it all
so
feels
nice.
very reminiscent of various areas and towns within the Howling Fjord specifically, and I just absolutely love it. But then there's also this like mix of the funky sci-fi tech of Wildstar in parts of the city, like in the crafting station areas. You've got all these neon signs and flashing lights, kind of like funky looking. I don't know. I just think.
No, it's closed. That's a private server. Oh, okay.
This game looks real good aesthetically. I know it might be a little cartoonish for some people, but I personally find it very appealing.
That's how a Riot MMO should look like.
And I
be
definitely
honest.
think it is one
That's
of
definitely how it
Wayfinder's
should
strong
look like.
suits. On several occasions while playing the game, I would just go, damn, This all looks real good. So when you first arrive in town, the game takes you through on a series of quests, walking you through the different major areas, introducing you to the NPCs and stations, and then you go on a brief romp through your very first Lost Zone mini dungeon. You clear a few rooms, fight back a large wave of enemies, finish the dungeon, and then they set you off into the first open zone area. So let's talk a little bit about the open world in Wayfinder. All throughout your time playing this game, you will regularly
I love
be
the look of
directed
this game.
to these
Like
open zones,
the art style
either
is
through a main
amazing.
story quest, some side
Let's be
mission that
honest.
you pick up, or just because there are things that you want to do or farm in these areas. I would say that the open areas are decently sized and full.
But why did they do characters? Oh my god, why? I'm getting very mad now because this game looks amazing. Like, it sounds so good, but it's why do you have set characters?
Fully open to seamlessly explore once you initially
Oh,
load in.
I'm hope
The open
why
zone
we
that
come
you were
back.
first
It
introduced
looks
to
good.
is called the Highlands, and it's basically like this fantasy woodlands area. So what things are there to do in the open world? Well, you'll go around exploring different points of interest. There's lots of really cool bespoke areas to see here. There's things like the Pit and the Crossroads Foundry, the Bloodworks, Ironstone Keep, Lower Skylight. A lot of highlights, a lot of areas to see. And then all throughout, you will of course come across plenty of enemies to fight. You're going to see things like goblins and bandits. There are mutants and various elementals, as well as wildlife like bears and deer and things along those lines. And every single enemy has a set level. So when you first start out, there'll be some safe spots for you to explore where everything is around your level, but then you will come across places that are too dangerous.
Yeah, like I'm gonna turn this video off because I'm getting angry at this because it looks so good, but I can't create my own character. It annoys me so much. It's like, this looks amazing. This looks like a game you want to be part of, like the world you want to be part of, but you just can't. Not fully. You have to roleplay as some weird character. Kind of a shame. It's a kind of a shame, guys. Don't lie. But in that case, what we gonna do? You see that, guys? Gold. Twitch. Our streamer awards. I don't know. What was the what was the event? By the way, I love how he does a 54-minute video out of like him winning. It's crazy. Yeah, the graphics are amazing at game, but I just can't. Yeah, let's streamer awards. What the hell is that? What are streamer awards? First time I hear it, but I heard this is funny. Let's have a look.
And the best MMORPG streamer of the year is Asmongold. I think there's been a bit of a mix-up.
Good evening, Los Angeles! Wow, thank you so much, man. I'm so happy to accept this award. I mean, there was a lot of debate. You know, there's a lot of debate. Oh, S-Fan hasn't played MMOs in 3 months. What is he doing? Why is he even nominated for this thing? But look, I'm glad that after Grand Marshal, Scarab Lord, 2-time back-to-back Season 3, Season 4 Gladiator, thank you!
I mean, Josh Hayes is my favorite MMO creator. Like, his videos are so detailed and fun, and they're not like over detailed. You know, he doesn't go into the nitty gritty of freaking like items in the games. It is much more fun than that.
I would like to make that. Anyway, here's a video from Asmongold. Oh, did it come out too soon?
Hi guys, well, I guess if you're seeing this, it looks like I won. Best MMO Streamer of the Year. What a surprise, the 2-time. Thank you so much for voting for me, and also, just to make sure that I really deserve this award, I wanted to do what any good MMO streamer would do, is stay in my house and record a video instead of actually leaving the house to accept this award in person. So, thank you guys for voting for me. I want to say that I've always said that the best apology, the best way to say thank you, is to just make more content, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So you can look forward to a bright 2023 of me watching YouTube videos, reading Reddit posts, and then also reading YouTube comments after I watch the YouTube video. I'm really excited to be able to do that. It's going to be super fun, and who knows, maybe I actually might do it on the channel that I won this award for. So thank you guys all so much. Really appreciate it, and I'll see you later. Peace.
Fair enough, fair enough. That was funny. I guess. You know what? I have never watched any of Moist content in my life. Ever. But we might. Why not? He'll explain what's happening because I'm confused.
The world is in a very weird state right now.
You know what's funny? I'm gonna show you. First of all, I do like the way he does his content. I have in the past got inspired by the way he does his content, but I never really properly watched it. But he has one of the best G Fuel flavors in the world. Yes, you can put that on a box if you want. My review, one of the best thing ever.
Corruption has sunk its fangs into everything around us. The price of eggs just keeps going up. You could get a single carton of eggs for the same price as a down payment on a Tesla. I can't believe the wacky state of the world, eh? Who would have thought? But by far, the biggest display of injustice in our society was something that took place last night at the Streamer Awards. The Streamer Awards are an annual, high-quality production spearheaded by QT Cinderella. It's an event that every human being on the planet looks forward to every year, and they make the
I've never ever heard of it.
Oscars ceremony look like a participation trophy award show for the second-string JV sports clubs at a high school. It's an amazing and fun event that just brings everyone in the space together to just have some fun, and it's voted on by fans to just kind of celebrate the space. As you all know, last year, I was the recipient of the prestigious Variety Streamer of the Year category. This year, radio silence. I wasn't nominated for anything. Now, me being an adult and being the strong, hulking, masculine embodiment of what it means to be a testosterone-fueled titan, I can handle that. I'm okay with it. I understand. But not everyone is as mentally strong or has my level of fortitude, so there were riots, there were protests at the Streamer Awards ceremony. And I kind of just want to talk about that a little bit because I think it's important too.
Dude, it suits you, man. Huh? It suits you like the fan, for real.
Oh my god.
I watched it unfold live. The chaos was almost too much for me to bear. People protesting on my behalf, I never would have wanted such a thing, but as you can see, it was inevitable. I wasn't nominated for any categories. And
How
people,
dare they?
They had enough. So, as you can see, a few rioters showed up there. I don't know those men, and I can only imagine the ones that didn't make it that must have been protesting right outside. But these three noble heroes snuck in. As you can see, they're strategically planted in the blind spots of security, like a game of fucking Assassin's Creed. They had no idea they were there. And, well, it only escalated from there.
As far as anyone who's anyone
Okay,
who's here...
what? Wait, what are we doing here?
They gotta work on security. You got some fucking hooligans turning up.
Pretty much, we weren't nominated this year, and it's a bigger spit in the face than spitting in God's face. It's like slapping God on his freaking ass and then asking him to come show up anyways. I don't know why we were nominated if you don't have the respect to give us the time of day.
Is this a protest?
Yeah, this is a protest. Yep,
protest,
you
yeah.
got it right on the
I
dot.
think they have something. I
feel
think
like
they're onto
Moist
something.
critical right now.
Yeah.
A second
What does
class
that even
citizen.
mean?
A second-class
Jesus,
citizen.
they won?
It's like
How
an
dare
afterthought,
they?
like
Not
a
even
good
nominated.
afterthought, Like the Chow Garden in Sonic Adventure Battle 2. More like a bad afterthought, like the script in Avatar: The Way of Water.
Yeah, have you ever heard of the franchise Hunger Games? That's my armor right there.
He's speaking
Yeah,
facts.
I kind of carry the franchise, and you didn't have
Hollywood
the guts to nominate us, so now we're on
Hollywood royalty,
protest.
and yet
All right, okay, well, let me ask you
won
guys,
last year.
what should you have been nominated for?
Everything.
Yeah, everything, yeah.
Agreed. They're onto something.
Yep.
Look, let me show you something. What we have here is Brendan Fraser's talented actor Bathwater.
Yep.
What?
So, when he was filming the
What?
Whale, after the shoot, he took out the fat suit. And
Oh,
for 6 hours
gosh.
Each day of shooting, he would soak in a bath. This is 75% Brendan Fraser sweat,
Don't drink it.
25% water.
Don't drink it. Don't
Well, let him
drink
take a swig. It's like
Don't drink
it's
it.
like
Don't drink it.
nectar.
It's gonna mess me up.
I'm a big fan
of The Mummy.
They're treating Brendan Fraser's sweat like it's poison, which is honestly insulting. I imagine if that truly was his sweat in the jar, like I imagine.
Wait, is that Hassan?
Shooting, he would soak in a bath. This is
I realized it's
75%
Hassan.
Brendan Fraser sweat,
Hassan Pekka.
Don't drink it.
Well, let him take a swig. Truly was his sweat in the jar, like I imagine it would be, probably ethically sourced, right, from Brendan himself. You'd be lucky enough to be able to try some of that.
Oh my
absolute
god, yes.
sweet
If it was
potion.
Brendan Fraser's sweat, you know what? I would sip that up.
That'd be like a panacea. It'd heal all your wounds, make you taller, put more hair on your chest. Like, what a generous gift they came bearing. This is the most peaceful protest I've ever seen in my fucking life.
That's true.
And,
these homeless men are really upset. I told
And I'm on the EU server of Guild Wars 2, yeah.
you, the corruption has
Why?
really
Are you
angered the
watching-
entire
you're
community.
watching Moist
The good
Purple
one.
stream of this.
Charlie and Charlie's stream. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's kind of funny you came back to us right now because you didn't have the courtesy to nominate us. It's kind of like spitting in God's face and then asking him to beg for forgiveness. It's kind of pathetic.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I got the gist of this one. Honestly, I never heard of this kind of event, and I hate those kind of events. So, Moistverse, what's that? What's a Moistverse? I I mean, I never ever watch any of this content. Like, as I said, like, I've seen clips and I'm like, you know, this is cool content, but I never actually watched it. And I always am confused how this dude has 12 million like subscribers with this kind of like thumbnails. Like, how does his like SEO works? How does that? I always wonder, like, what does he do? How does he do this? Is this man a god? Maybe he is a god. If that's what it is. 4.9 million. Okay, that explains a little bit more. He's big on Twitch. I never even knew. I never seen any of his content. Not properly, anyway. By the way, he makes the best, or he signs his name on the best G Fuel. One of the best G Fuel there is. I think my favorite is Naruto one, but this one is still good. Not gonna lie, guys. Not gonna lie. It's very good. Awesome. Honestly, guys. But yeah, this was. You know what? This really is this video today. This amazing. Are we gonna do Inception, guys? Yeah, we're doing Inception. So I don't know what the hell am I doing, but what this really is a today's video is more of a more structured version of what we do anyway, like every now and then watching videos. It's going to be happening every single Monday, because why not? It's going to be exclusively on YouTube, maybe, because definitely the views are hit hard whenever you switch to YouTube. Like, Twitch has much more engagement and everything, so who knows. The quality goes down every single time. like quality. Look, do you see the quality like going down slowly but gradually? I don't know what I've created a monster, guys. This is scary. This scares me, guys. It absolutely scares me. But yeah. You should get used to things getting weird. Haven't you watched my streams before? How did it, leader? You know very well. But yeah, guys, I hope you like this weird format. We're gonna do podcasts, I guess, every single Monday. There's gonna be another few things coming up this week. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be releasing a video. Hopefully, if I have time, because I'm going to go see a concert tomorrow. But if I do a video tomorrow, it's gonna be about the it's about my way to level 80 in Guild Wars 2, because you guys don't want 7-hour VOD. Why not? 7-hour VOD, what is that? 7 hours. You know, there's 24 hours in a day. 7 hours is nothing. But yeah. Oh my god, look at the quality in the background. Oh my god. But yeah, I will be doing that video tomorrow, most likely, releasing that. On Wednesday, we have the new MMORPG, which was the Soul and Blade, or Blade and Soul, whatever that game is. I will be trying to stream Guild Wars 2 tomorrow, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it. Plus, I want people to see the path to 80 before we get there, before we do another stream. Because next stream we have to choose the elite. We have to do the specialization next stream, so that's gonna be very important. But yeah, guys, that is everything from me today. I hope you like this podcast. It's going to be happening every week. I know now how to manage the YouTube stream finally. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. But that is all from me today. Do like if you like this weird content that I'm doing. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I don't know what's happening, guys. But if you do like this content, press the like button. If you dislike this content, press the dislike button and share it with your enemy, so you know, they can suffer as well. And also, you know, subscribe for all of the cool Guild Wars 2 stuff. We're doing Guild Wars 1 and 2 now. My god, crazy variation this channel. The video is up now for Guild Wars 1. I will be talking a lot more about Guild Wars and probably the next podcast we will be doing and new MMOs and everything. So stay tuned, guys. And yeah, the quality. Look. This almost looks like the way YouTube was intended for us to watch it. I feel I'm gonna break the universe here. Like, I'm gonna break the matrix. We suddenly will all wake up in the pods, in goo and jelly with tubes coming out of our orifices. I feel that's what's gonna happen, guys. So yeah, I better end this because we're gonna break the internet. See you guys, and I love you absolutely. You're awesome. This is all for me today. Bye.